Hello? God, it's dark in here. Happy Friday for you, Thursday for me. I'm at the post office, and I just got a box from Carrie from Norway. Thank you, Carrie. It's the worst accent ever. And I got my very first, I don't know that I would call it hate mail. I guess I would call it concerned mail. But I was sent this little pamphlet. Here it says, "Now, where are you going?" Basically straight to hell is what it says on here. It's a little religious prayer thing that says, "You are going on an extended one-way trip. All your life you heard people telling others to go there. Now you know the word of God is true and clear about your destination. Your trip begins at death's door." So apparently I'm going straight to hell. That's literally like the first time I've ever gotten something like that in my entire life. So that's a little disconcerting. Or maybe somebody out there just really, really loves me and is very, very worried, you know, that, they're worried that, you know, I don't know. Maybe they love me and they're worried that I'm going to go to jail or go to jail. I mean, that could happen. It happens in a lot of countries. That I'm going to go to hell for, I'm cleaning off my hands from that envelope. Maybe I'm going to go to hell from being gay. I'm assuming that's what I'm supposed to take from that. I think I need a little bit more of this bacterial stuff, so. My hands feel dirty. I don't really care for people that want to force that shit down my throat. You know, if that's what you believe, that's what you believe. But that's your business, not mine. Keep it on your side of the road. Worry about your own journey that starts at death's door. I need some chapstick. That's what I think about that pamphlet. So anyway, yeah, there's that. And, oh, there's goose shit all over here. That kind of reminds me of the letter that I just got in the mail. Anyway. I'll get this extended email from somebody with an anonymous name, and they'll say, "I did not mean anything mean about that. I'm really worried about your soul. I love you. I watch all of your videos." Like, I'll be like, "Girl, hit it." Okay, I don't have time for that today. So anyway, my day has been long. I had that 5-hour meeting. As you can see, no shower, no cool dressing occurred. So there's that. And then Alex tonight was supposed to go, well, his girlfriend was going to come over to the house and he was going to help her set up a website for her business. And I guess she canceled. So he was like, "I'm just going to come home." He was like, "Do you want to make one of those Blue Apron meals?" I was like, "Sure." I think I threw away the recipes. He was like, "Okay." He's like, "Well, I feel like we should get some of the money's worth out of it," which I totally agree. It's not like I'm going to throw that stuff away. He was like, "We can figure out something to make from it." I'm like, "We can? I don't cook." So, we're going to either see, I think I might have the recipes at home. I need to look. If I don't have the recipes at home, then I don't know what. I was thinking about just going to Walmart and picking up a lasagna and throwing it in the oven because we wanted to have a homemade meal. And homemade meal for me means one of those big lasagnas and garlic bread, and sometimes a salad, but not usually. And then he can take the lasagna the rest of the week to work with him or have leftovers. So I may do that. We'll see. And, yeah. Why has this camera been so dark lately? I don't understand. It's like everywhere I am, it's so dark on this camera. I just did a video for my main channel and it was just as dark. Maybe I have to go away so the sun's behind me. I mean, I know that's how the sun's behind the camera. We'll see, because I'm like shadowed out right now. Dream. So I had my meeting today. That went fine. 5 hours was way long. I had a coffee that got me through it, and then I just drank this entire bottle of water. And I had another bottle with me, and I wish I had brought it, but I didn't. I wish I had brought it, but I didn't. Okay. You know, I haven't been to Goodwill lately to look for those books. Those books that you know I love so much. I'm pulling into the... Should old acquaintance be forgot? This person's gonna be so mad at me. Oh look, I'll just do this. Do I have like a napkin or something in this car? Oh, I have a receipt. I wanted that out of my car. Oh, bad juju. I have a pretty strong spiritual belief, you know, that I do not believe that my God wants me to go to hell because I fell in love with somebody else, another man. I just don't. And I understand that people have different spiritual and religious beliefs as mine, and I think that that is perfect. I think that's what makes this world an amazing place. But don't condemn me to hell because my beliefs don't align with yours. My beliefs are nothing negative, nothing dangerous, you know. If somebody had actually written me a letter and said, you know, due to my religious beliefs, sometimes I worry about you because in my religious beliefs, I believe that people that are gay will suffer eternal hell or something, and, you know, would you consider this? I would be open-minded to hearing that letter, but like that is like a shove down my throat kind of thing. Does that make sense? Like, do you guys feel the same way? I don't know, it just bothers me. Either these sunglasses are like so strong that I cannot see the camera of like what the lighting is in here, or the lighting is just really bad on my camera anymore. Maybe I need to get a new camera, but I don't, or a new setting on my camera or something, but I don't know how to do anything on my camera. I'm basically an idiot when it comes to my camera. So even though lasagna is not like really a summer meal, I think it sounds really good tonight. I don't know why. And then we're gonna watch a movie. I don't know what movie we're gonna watch. And Alex has plans all weekend. I was like, last night when we were laying in bed talking, I was like, so what are your plans for the weekend? He was like, or do you have any plans for the weekend? I said, he goes, well, tomorrow night I have such and such with so-and-so, and she wants me to make this website. And I was like, okay, well, where are you gonna do that? He's like, we're just gonna come over here. I'm gonna help her do it here. And I was like, okay. And then but he's like tired too. He's like, I'm really tired. I just wanna watch a movie and have a meal. He's like, let's do that. And I was like, okay. And then I was like, so Friday night, which is good because Friday night I'm doing my long YouNow stream, 2 to 3 hours, starting at 7 or 8. And I was like, do you have plans on Friday night? And then I may go to a meeting, or I may not go to a meeting. I may just, you know, do a long, God, what if I went on for like 4 hours? That'd be crazy. And he was like, Friday night he is meeting up with two girls. Oh no, he's meeting with this girl that he used to work with, or that he does work with. I think she works like 1 day a week or something now. But she had a baby, she had 2 actually, so she had to leave. So they're like meeting up and doing something. And then Saturday he's meeting with like 2 girls that he was friends with from high school. That car just like cut this pickup truck off in front of me and they almost got into a wreck. Pickup truck was like, what? You could see his hands fly up or something like that. Anyway, and then I was like, well, when do I get to see you? He's like, all day Saturday, all day Sunday. I was like, well, Sunday I have to go have coffee to see how the whole team thing went. And then, but other than that, we're off all day Saturday. I don't really care. Like, I just want to relax and listen. I am not doing well on BookTubeathon this year, so I need to have some serious reading time. Tonight, I am getting into Eliza and Her Monsters. That is my goal tonight, like to get some like 200 pages pumped out. And then, like, I have nothing to do because I just did a rant video, and so I'm going to post that with yesterday's vlog. It's 6:15. I haven't even started doing any of this kind of stuff. And my BookTube video, I'm just doing BookTube vlog, so I'm going to post that. Relax, eat dinner, watch a movie, and then when he goes to bed, I'll probably do a live stream. So I'll have a real relaxing weekend. I'm excited. I have a real relaxing weekend. I am really excited about it, though. It'll be fun. Okay, you guys, well, I'm gonna get off here, and I will talk to you later. I'm back. And it is 1:15, and I'm getting ready to listen to my audiobook. I will tell you how much I have listened to. I'm like so behind on this audiobook. I have Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, plus tonight, to listen to 12 hours and 39 minutes. which means basically I have to listen to 4 hours a day for the next 3 days. But I have to do a bunch of yard work tomorrow that I promised Alex that I would get done. What did I hit? I hit something. I don't know what I hit. So anyway, don't you hate that? I hit something on my car and I don't know what I hit. Did I hit the is it the parking brake? Brake release. It's not that. I thought it was this thing that's lighting up. Here, I'm gonna turn my car off and start it up again. It's gone. So I have to do yard work tomorrow because our walkway is now, the one that we paid my brother-in-law and his girlfriend to do, it's now a complete mess again. It's not as bad as it was before, but like, it's gonna take me a good 2 hours to get it done, and I'm not happy about it because I hate yard work. But that is what I'm doing tomorrow. And Alex was like, well, why don't you just put on your headphones and do it? I'm like, because I don't want to do my yard. I don't want to do the yard work. Because I just don't. It was like pouring down rain today, and I was like, oh my god, if it rains tomorrow, that'll be my excuse to not have to do it tomorrow. But once it's done, I'll be happy that it's done. But I should have just kept up with it once we got it done and cleaned the, you know, like once every 2 weeks, clean the weeds out, it would have been fine. But now I wait until they're this high, you know, higher than that. That guy just flashes lights at me. I do not have my brights on, dude. So, people in my live stream tonight were saying that I was really heated. They were like, you're really heated tonight. I don't feel like I'm really heated. I feel like I'm tired because, like, I don't feel really tired right now, but like this week I feel like I've been tired because I feel rested tonight, right now, but I feel like I've been tired this week because of BookTubeathon, because every moment that I have, like, I'm not making a video, or I'm not, you know, working, or I'm not doing a live stream, or spending time with Alex, I'm reading. Like, I just sat on the front porch and read like 50 pages. And so, like, I feel like sometimes it's kind of taxing to my brain, if that makes it, not taxing, but because I love to read, but like, I feel like it just zaps my energy. And so, you know, I'll read for like an hour and then I'll want to take a nap when I have 10 things I have to do, if that makes sense. So, I'm going to try to get this vlog up earlier. So if you guys are watching this vlog from 7:30 to 10:30 tonight, on Friday night, I am having a super ginormous pajama party. Everybody has to wear their pajamas. You have to bring a fountain Coke, and because that's my little emoji on YouNow. And come to YouNow, it's listed below. You can just hit the link below and it'll take you on your computer or your phone right to it. And you can, if you want to watch on your phone, you can. I will tell you, it uses a lot of battery on your phone, but you can do it on your phone. You download the YouNow app, it's free, and just search for me, and then once you find me, fan me, and then every time you fan me, I'll come up, like, or every time I go live, you'll get a notification. If you don't like notifications, you can turn off notifications, and you can just see when I'm on, if you come on. And you can also subscribe to my channel. It's $4.99 a month. I do get a percentage of that, so if you want to do that, that's great. And then you get extra things like little stickers that you can use in the live chats that look like me, little fountain Coke next to your name that says you're a subscriber, super messages. I'm really marketing the shit out of this. Do you get it? So anyway, yeah. I've been using the same chapstick now for months. This is the one that Teresa gave me when we had lunch at Bob Evans. I really like it, this Baby Lips. It's probably one of my favorites. But it doesn't have any taste to it. I wish it was like coconut or vanilla, because see, it's white. The pigmentation is amazing. It's clear. But I wish it was like coconut or vanilla. I could also go for a key lime pie. I could actually also go for a key lime pie. I will tell you, since my nutritionist thing is starting on Monday, that I've just decided to start the diet. I've put my fucking diet off so many times. I hope somebody out there relates to me. They don't go, you'll never start your diet. Everybody has no faith in my diet. If I ever become like in shape, people will like lose their shit. They'll come back after 6 months and be like, oh my God, you lost like 80 pounds and you look incredible. I thought you'd never stick to a diet. I'm like, I'll be like the Oprah, and then like a year later you'll come back and I'll be 400 pounds. It makes me so sad that my grocery store's closed. I used to go there late at night. It's right there. I used to go there late at night. All of the Marsh grocery stores in Indianapolis closed. I need to run to the bank machine really quick. I used to go to the grocery store late at night and like get a magazine for a magazine video the next day and cereal or whatever, you know? And it just breaks my heart that it's closed. Gone forever. The grocery store that I love, you know? That's when you know you're getting older, when stuff like that closes down. I will be right back. I really want something to drink, but I don't want to have to pull through McDonald's, and I don't even think that I have any change. Do you know what one of the most annoying sounds in the entire world is? Is when windshield wipers are going, but it's like, it's not really raining, but it's kind of raining. Oh my God, I can't stand that. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? It drives me nuts. I can't stand that. Do I have $1 in here? I think I donated my last $1 to my meeting. Right. Oh, I have $1. Oh my God. Well, I did just take money out of the bank machine. Could just use that, couldn't I? God forbid you break a here. Got it. God forbid you I have like gorgeous watches just sitting there. I'm gonna take those in when I get home. Peter, God forbid you break a 20 for a fountain pop. I haven't had a fountain Coke. Did I have one yesterday? I don't even know if I did. Maybe? Tanya's coming home tomorrow and I cannot wait. I'm so excited. I haven't had a fountain pop with her since she's been gone since last Friday. It's a good day today. I have Friday and Saturday off, and I have like this thing that I have to do on Sunday for an hour, but that won't take me long. And then I have, what was I gonna say? The rest of Sunday off, and then I have some things to do next week, but BookTubeathon's over, so I can just kind of relax, and then it's August. Hey, I can't believe it's, August. Isn't that crazy? All the kids are back to school here already. But depresses the hell out of me, except for the private schools. All the public schools in Indianapolis, they're back to school. Like, that is disgusting to me. I'm sorry. Listen, I know one person on here, every time I say something, there's always that one person that completely disagrees with me and then at the end says, I love you. We can have different opinions. We don't have to agree with each other. But the fact that, you know, well, I don't know what to do with my kids this summer because I have to work 3 jobs. Yes, I understand for you that it makes sense, you know, that schools start earlier. But it breaks my heart for the kids. Like, you know, we used to get summers, like real summers. You know, like where your mother would go, I love you, but I can't wait till school starts. Those kind of summers that were 3 months, like literally 3 months long. We would get, when I was in school, in elementary school and part of junior high school, we would get out literally either May 31st or June 1st, and we didn't go back to school till after Labor Day. We got 3 full months of summer, and we needed it, and it was fantastic. And I think kids deserve that, and I think that teachers deserve that. We have a school teacher that lives across from us, a public school teacher, and she was in the pool, we were hanging out talking, and I said something to her about retiring, because they like have offered all these teachers here early retirement, you can still get your pension and stuff like that, and she was like, well, she's like, I'm not, like, I still have like 3 years until I can do that. She's like, but I might do that. She's like, but I just love to teach. She's like, but at this point, she's like, I mean, I'm year round. I hardly get any breaks. And I was like, well, you get, you know, longer at Christmas. And she's like, it doesn't really feel like it though. She's like, by the time you leave and come back in, she's like, it doesn't really feel like it. I was like, I want a Dr. Pepper tonight. Don't hate me. I hate when people say don't judge me, but but don't judge me. Actually, you know what sounds kind of good as a Fanta orange, but I never get those, ever. Why does that sound good tonight? Maybe I should take a risk and get something completely different.
Hi, sorry about the wait. Would you like to try a signature soda?
No thanks. Can I get a large Dr. Pepper, please?
One large Dr. Pepper, anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Alright, one on that, please start for.
I don't think they have orange up there anyway. They have their 5 Cokes listed up there. 5 Cokes. See, I just called it a Coke. Coke. People say I say Vegas funny. How do I say Vegas funny? I don't think I say Vegas funny at all. Do you think I say Vegas? Vegas. Vegas. Vegas, baby. How do I say Vegas funny? I don't know.
One on that.
How are you tonight?
Alright.
How you doing, sir? I'm good. I don't need the penny back.
Oh, okay.
Have a good one.
Day,
you too. I never know if I do that, if it like fucks their drawer, if it helps them. This guy's too busy texting to make my drink. I'm telling you a true story. My friend Tony would send this Coke right back. I'm gonna tell you why in a second.
What's Coke?
Dr. Pepper. Thank you. Thanks for cleaning that off. I appreciate it. Have a good one. Tanya is so weird when people like touch her stuff. Like literally after 21 years of being friends, she will finally like drink after me with a straw, but like she wouldn't forever. She won't even with her husband. She's so weird about it. She's not like real OCD about bugs or anything like that. It's just when it comes to like drinks, like fountain drinks and stuff. Like if you have like a Coke open with a bottle, like you know what I'm talking about, like you know the twist tops, she will never like, she won't, if you have it, she won't like be like, I mean now with me, because we're basically like brother and sister, she'll be like, can I have some of that water? And I'll be like, yeah. And it always still surprises me when she does that because she's so weird about it. If I go, like if she calls me and she's like, can you bring me a fountain pop to my work? If I bring her a fountain pop, I cannot open the straw before I put it in there, okay? Like seriously, legit, I cannot put the straw in there. Like I have to leave the straw on the wrapper. That dude had his hand all over this lid, just in his hand, right? If Tanya was watching that, it would have made her a nervous wreck. She would have been like, I'm really sorry, but can you please give me another lid? Like that shit skeeves her out. She can't. Oh my God, it tastes so good. It tastes so good. I was at Whole Foods and they had all these drinks and they were like, it tastes just like this, tastes just like that, but healthy, right? And it was this one that had like, it was like 30 calories and it was some like organic, like, I don't know, fizzy drink that was supposed to taste just like Dr. Pepper. I was so excited about it. And it was like a can and it was like $2 for a can. And I was like, oh my God, I can drink this stuff and I can be healthy and still have Dr. Pepper. It didn't taste shit like Dr. Pepper. It was nasty. I was so pissed. You either love Dr. Pepper or you hate it, and I love it. It's like Mountain Dew. Like, I used to love Mountain Dew, but I don't drink it anymore. I don't know what it is. I just don't like it anymore. But I really started drinking Mountain Dew. This is so funny. When I worked in treatment the first year, all the kids there drank Mountain Dew and smoked Newports. This is back when I was smoking real heavy. So, of course, I would leave there and I would go right to the gas station and get a Mountain Dew and a pack of Newports. That was my life. When you're around people that do that, you know, everybody that I worked with there smoked Newports too. So funny. I smoked Newports forever. There is something so peaceful about the sound of a turn signal, isn't there? What is it with me and all these sounds tonight? So, okay, I'm reading Eliza and Her Monsters right now. What is it about this book? I don't get it. Like, I mean, people love this book. I don't get it. It's not bad. I mean, it's not. But it's just okay. I mean, it's not the most fantastic book I've ever read. I don't know. I just, like, read very different things. Like, write me a character I can wrap my arms around and hug, and I, like, am in love with the book, you know? Write me a town that I feel like I'm walking through, or a dinner that I feel like I could eat, and I fall in love with the book. But, like, to write some, like, kind of catchy, kind of idea that I feel like has kind of been done before with a character that's really not that memorable, like, I'm not really that impressed. And I don't know. I'll have to see what happens in the book. It's cute. It takes place in Indianapolis. I think, you know, I like it for that. But it doesn't really take place in Indianapolis because it's not really the Indianapolis I know. Like, she didn't use a school here that I know. She hasn't talked about any places that I know. Like, my book has places all over Indianapolis. So, not that I'm saying that my book is better than hers, because it's not. I mean, by a landslide. I mean, her book is, the depth of her book is a lot better. But, and I think she wrote it before she was like 18 too, which is incredible. I love the idea of the book. I'm intrigued by it, but I like find myself wanting to grab other things when I'm reading it. Like, I'm reading Windfall by Jennifer Smith, but I will tell you that I have a huge issue with the main concept in the book. Like, do you ever read books like that? Like, you're just like, no, like it wouldn't happen. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like, oh, let me think of another one that's like that everybody has seen. Well, it's very much like Anastasia and the 50 Shades of Grey books. Did y'all read those or see the movies? It's all of it a bunch of junk, but I read all 3 of them because I just had to, because everybody was telling me about them. And then once I was like 30 pages into the first one, I had to read all 3. I had to find out what happened. You know, you have to. So anyway, I think that's partly why I'm like really afraid of series. I did that a couple years ago. God, it's been a long couple years ago now with the Twilight series. It took me 6 or 7 months to read those Twilight series books. I read Breaking Dawn literally, this is when I was a real heavy smoker, sitting in the step in the garage in the middle of winter, just one cigarette after another. I was like, I'm finishing this fucking book tonight. I finished that book in literally a night, okay? I was like 300 pages into it, and I was like, I have to finish this book. That book is gigantic, right? I didn't like any of those books. I thought, well, that's not true. Twilight, I thought was, okay. How did it go? It switches back and forth. Twilight, the book, I liked. I hated the movie. New Moon, was it the second one? The book I didn't like, but I loved the movie. Or something like that. I can't remember. It goes back and forth. But for me, it goes absolutely back and forth with all of them. The last one I thought the movie was stupid. I didn't like it. So anyway, it wasn't even like the book. I didn't think at the end. So anyway, I think that's why I like to read standalones and not series. I don't know why I just did that. But anyway, isn't this what all gay men are supposed to do? But we really don't. But I just did. So anyway. Oh, Mary. I hate when people say that. It's like we just sit around and do that kind of shit all day long, which I kind of have proven the point. That's why I love when I get the comments that, like, you're the worst of the bad gay stereotypes. I'm like, oh, okay. Anyway. Who'd care? I think that's why I don't like to read series. I like to read standalones. But here is the deal. Like, so in 50 Shades of Grey with Anastasia, whatever her name is. Dumb girl. Anyway, she didn't want any of his gifts, and you know, even though he's the most gorgeous man on the face of the earth, and he wanted to just, you know, buy her all this stuff. Oh, don't even have to sign the contract, Anastasia. I don't care about that stuff anymore, Anastasia. I just want to be with you, Anastasia. Here, let me buy you a new car, fly you all over. No. What, girl? No. In what world does that happen? She'd be calling her good Judy and being like, can you believe this guy wants to buy me a car? And he is awesome. And he is incredible in bed. And he's a billionaire. Your friend would be like, girl, does he have a brother? And does he in the book? Well, you have to read the books to find out. So anyway. But, you know, like, come on. In this Jennifer Smith book's the same way. I ain't buying it. I'm 100 pages in and I'm like, no, ma'am. I don't buy this. This isn't the real world. That kind of shit drives me crazy. And, but anyway, Eliza and Her Monsters, it's good. It's cute. It's very much a young adult book. Like, you know, a lot of young adult books are kind of crossover. It's very much a young adult book about fandoms and, you know, things like that. I don't really know yet what it's about. I'm only like 60 pages in, so I guess I shouldn't judge it right now. I kind of at this point give a book 50 to 100 pages, and if I am not really hooked by 50 to 100 pages, I don't continue. And I have to be honest, at this point, if it hadn't been hyped as much as it's being hyped, and this is the same with We Were Liars by E. Lockhart. I hated that book. I thought the book was a cheat. I thought it was one of the worst books I've ever read. And John Green said it was the best book he read of 2015. Who? No, ma'am. That book sucked. But Ava Delaria's Love Letters to the Dead got no recognition whatsoever, which was a girl who wrote about her entire year, her senior year in high school, all through writing letters to dead celebrities. What? Fantastic. One of the most incredible books I've ever read in my entire life. You know, like, it's just stuff like that that kills me. So I don't know, like, if this book hadn't been that hyped, I think the cover's cute, I think the idea's cute, I'd probably read it to page 100 and see what happens, but like, I'm on page 58 right now, and it's okay. It's just not, you know, I mean, I don't know, what are we doing? Get to the point. It's kind of how I feel about it a little bit. I hate saying that. You guys are like, what are you talking about? You're talking about these books we don't even know. Back in the day, when I was with my ex, I went through this period where I was like, I'm just going to only read I mean, I feel like that now. I only read things that I think are fun. I don't read things that I feel like I should read anymore. I went to college for that. I don't need to do that anymore. But after college, I went through this like period where I really struggled, like, not reading things. Like, if I wasn't reading like a book that had like some intention behind it, I was talking about intention last night, you know, like if I wasn't reading like, you know, what is it, Zadie Smith or Toni Morrison or Zora Neale Hurston or Carson McCullers or Eudora Welty or, you know, I mean, anybody, you know, name Steinbeck or Salinger, or if I wasn't reading a book of quality, whether it was brand new, you know, or like Barbara Kingsglover or somebody like that, then I wasn't really reading. There was no reason for me to read, to be a reader. And I don't believe that today. You know, I believe that, and I'll tell you what I think turned it around. I think Harry Potter turned it around. I think Harry Potter, we got a whole new generation of people that fell in love with reading because of Harry Potter. And I think Harry Potter did this fantastic thing, other than building worlds beyond people's wildest imaginations and a story, and it's incredible. I haven't read all the books, but I've read one, but I'm reading them this year. You know, like, I think what Harry Potter did was incredible, but I think what Harry Potter also did was that we were a world dying of books. People weren't as interested in books as they used to be. And then parents started reading to their kids, and kids started falling in love with reading again. And you had a whole generation of people that fell in love with books because of Harry Potter. They read them all. There is not somebody between the ages of 20 and 30 that has not read Harry Potter, typically. Okay, let's just be for real. It's the truth. And, you know, I think, like, well, I know my husband hasn't read it, but the majority of the people, I think, have heard of it, have read it, have seen the movies, something, you know? And I think what it did was it made people start questioning what reading really is, you know? So if you're reading a Harry Potter book, you know, which I'm sure the phenomenon of Harry Potter is probably taught in university. I'm sure they're reading the Harry Potter canon in some class on a college university level. Are they? That they have to be. I mean, I read the collected works of Toni Morrison. I'm sure Harry Potter's being taught somewhere. You know, the world building of Harry Potter, it taught world building, other than, you know, like, C.S. Lewis and people like that, you know? But I think, you know, it's really incredible what it's done. It's made a lot of younger people and a lot of young adults that are professionals, like, when they go on vacation, they love to read now, you know? They always get a book at the airport or get a book at Barnes & Noble before they go, or Target, and they're excited about reading, and they're excited about hearing about books, and that's a fantastic thing, you know? It was dying down. You know, 5 to 10 years ago, they were saying something like, you know, that physical books would be obsolete, and that the Kindle and the Nook and ebooks were the only way that people would read. And there's nothing wrong with reading Kindles or ebooks. I prefer physical books, but I read on an ebook sometimes too. I have one on my phone and I have one at home. And I actually bought Alex the Kindle Fire. It is so foggy outside. It's literally like that movie, The Fog. I bought Alex the Kindle Fire because I thought it would inspire him to read again, because when we first got together, he like loved to read. And he would read all memoirs like Chelsea Handler, and like I Hope They Serve Beer in Hell, and Gustin Burroughs he loves, and all these books, but he just stopped reading. And so he was like, I don't want that. He was like, you can have it. So he gave me my own Christmas present. So I have the Kindle Fire, but I rarely use it. I just like reading on a physical, I just like getting my hands on it. I don't know. But now, Amazon is bringing all these bookstores to the United States. Barnes & Noble is building more bookstores, supposedly. You know, like, bookstores are turning around. I said something to the lady at Half Price Books the other day, and she's like, we are crazy busy all the time. I said, God, you guys are busy today. She's like, we're busy all the time. And people love to read now. I mean, it's like this new infatuation. I think it's great, you know? And if you're somebody out there that doesn't like to read, and you're like, Peter, I really want to get into reading, like, but I'm scared of it, or I don't really know what I would like, or whatever, contact me. I'll give you some suggestions. You know, when I was a kid, I loved to read from a really young age, but I'll tell you the book that absolutely hooked me, okay, on getting into a story and not being able to put it down. This is a true story. It's Lucky by Jackie Collins. I went to St. Martin with my dad and my stepmom when I was like in 8th or 9th grade. And I was already pretty much an avid reader then, but just to read because I like to read. My stepmom brought 2 books with her, okay? The first one she finished in the airport, and it was Fine Things by Danielle Steele. I will never forget that book. I remember reading it, and she had nail polish all over because she was painting her nails in the plane while she was reading it, and so it had nail polish on the cover of it. And I will never forget that book. I love that book. I think the guy's name was David Fine. That was the character in it, and his name was, you know, Fine Things. And I remember what it was about to this day. I was in 9th grade when I read that book, a Danielle Steele book. You know, I don't read her stuff today. I could not put it down. My stepmom and I, we talked about that book that whole trip. It was so fun. We were like, oh my God, did you believe this? You believe that? Blah, 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 whatever. And then she had Jackie Collins' Lucky. I think it had come out like right after that. She had read Chances already. Chances is the first one in the series. And then Jackie had come out like maybe like that year or a couple years before. So when she got done, she was like, do you want to read this? And I was like, yeah. Oh, I think I read Fine Things first, and then I gave her Fine Things, and she gave me Lucky. I will never forget the opening scene of reading about Lucky Santangelo, this character that Jackie Collins created with jet black hair. Jet black hair. I'll never forget she read it that way. Walking across where the pool was at this casino that she owned. Excuse me, that her dad owned. And this guy that's a comedian, that's another character in the book. I want to ruin this so bad for you guys. If you haven't read him, you got to read him. Who's in the pool, and he sees her, and he has no idea that her dad owns the casinos, right? She's basically the heiress to all this stuff. And, I mean, her name is Lucky Santangelo. Can you imagine? I think she gets out of, like, a red Porsche or something at the beginning of it. Like, I legit wanted to be Lucky Santangelo. Okay, she had so much power, so much beauty. She was, like, nice. She was, like, sexy. There was something about that at, like, 9th grade or 10th grade that was just, like, awe-inspiring to me, you know? And I tore through that book. I couldn't wait to get back and read every Jackie Collins book, which I did. And you know what's so funny is, you know, Jackie Collins is this, like, pulp writer, right? Well, years later, when Alex and I started our website, I said to him, you know, I'm going to start reaching out to some authors that I like. I want to see what their writing process is. And so we did, and we were watching True Blood at the time, and we reached out to Charlaine Harris, who I guess has a new show on TV called Midnight Texas, but she was the one that wrote the Sookie Stackhouse novels that were for True Blood. Amazing. Oh my God, that woman is amazing. And she taught me what she did. She has a little writing nook, like, house behind her house, and she gets up and she makes her kids breakfast. And I mean, this woman bumps out books like nobody's business. And she, just normal gal, has a best friend that she, like my good Judy Tanya, and they go to swap meets and stuff like that. And her interview was fantastic. And she's got like 10 series that she's written. But anyway, She goes to this little house out back after she's packed her kids up and sent them off to school, and she goes out there and she writes from like 9 to 12. She takes a lunch break. She comes back out there about 1, writes till about 4 when her kids come home from school, and then she's a housewife. She sees it as a job, you know, she loves it. And it really taught me discipline with writing, which I'm horrible at and I don't do, but I should. But I am very much like that when it comes to YouTube. Like, I can't say that YouTube is my career because I don't make that kind of money, but if I did, I'm very disciplined like that right now. Like, I get up, I'm like, I go get my coffee, I'm like, okay, I do my meditations, then I go get my coffee, and then I'm like, well, as I'm getting my coffee, like, okay, what am I gonna make my videos about today? Or I might have an idea from the day before, set up, film them, start uploading the vlog, you know, like, I'm very dedicated like that, very committed, and I think you have to be like that, you know, with anything that you're passionate about, you have to have some kind of uniformity to that. But I reached out to Jackie Collins' PR agent. She was so nice. And we still follow each other on Twitter and tweet each other every once in a while. And Jackie Collins died, I think, 2 years ago. But anyway, very suddenly. She got cancer and died very suddenly. Devastated. But she left this, you know, legacy of just amazing novels, characters, and worlds and lives, you know, in her wake of a lot. I mean, that's incredible, isn't it? And I can remember some of the darkest periods of my life picking up Jackie Collins books like Rockstar, Hollywood Kids, you know, these books that other people would call trifling bullshit that to me got me through some really hard times. So I don't think it matters what you read. I think as long as you're reading something that you enjoy, that gets your mind away, that you're escaping, I don't think it matters. I don't think it matters one bit. And I read whatever. And when I was with my ex, this is what the whole thing I was going to say at the beginning, I went through a period where Tanya and I would go to the grocery store 3 nights a week. When I was at the grocery store, I always bought the new James Patterson book. I've read so many of those James Patterson books. My God. It's the same exact story every single time, and I couldn't put them down. I always had to have it. And I'd read it in the same night. I'd come home, I'd start it and finish it. They're all of them about 200 or 391 pages. There's a formula to every single one of them. Literally, I'd finish them just sitting there like that. Felt like some old lady sitting there drinking coffee, reading my James Patterson, but I had to, you know? And it's okay, you know? It's what it got my mind out of shit that was going on in my life at that time, you know? Or whatever, come home from work, and I couldn't wait to open my James Patterson book. And, I love reading for that. I will always love reading for that, you know? And it doesn't matter what you read. So, if you don't know what you want to read, but you don't think it's Jackie Collins, but you like science, or I don't know, contact me, email me, and I will come up with a couple suggestions for something that you might try, and you might not like it. Go to Half Price Books, or, you know, go to the thrift store and see if you can get it at Goodwill. Goodwill books are $2, and, you know, a lot of books are Half Price Books. If you have one outside, they have clearance cards that they're $2 in their clearance cards. You can get really great books at Half Price Books for $2 in their clearance cards. I get them all the time. So I can give you some suggestions, and, you know, we'll see. Maybe you'll like reading, maybe you won't. Some people just don't like reading. You don't have to, you know. People apologize all the time to me. They're like, I'm sorry I don't like to read. I'm like, it doesn't, okay, I don't like sports, you know, it's the same thing, but anyway. But it's BookTubeathon, so I have to get off here, and I have to listen to my audiobook. I have completely distracted myself, haven't I? Okay, my phone is charged. My phone just kind of stopped charging. Oh, no, it didn't. My phone is charged enough now for me to listen to Six of Crows by Lee Bardugo, and I will see you back here tomorrow. I love you. See you then. Bye.